Welcome back to Paradise After Dark, the unofficial Bachelor in Paradise after show, coming to you live after the show. Hey, Jackie.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm so good because I finally feel like episode 6, we're taking a turn. We are
Yes.
finally diving into the change that I think should have happened sooner. After seeing this episode, I really liked it. I don't know why we needed 6 episodes to get to this.
Yeah, that's a fair point because also agree. I'm like, oh, yes, we finally arrived. I love this gamification of this show. I love
Yeah.
the new strategies. I just think it really makes it super interesting to talk about and dissect. So we'll get there. I kind of agree too. Yeah, why did we need 6 episodes of that? However, I don't know what the other option would have been because we needed that time for all the couples to kind of like find each other and solidify. So I
Yeah.
don't know what the alternative would be unless they did it differently where like all of these couples were pre-established and then they
Right.
came on to like play the game of the whatever this Bachelor Pad ripoff game. But like,
That's another thing. Jesse, those voiceovers of Jesse were definitely added on after the fact. He's not on camera when you hear him say, "It's just like Bachelor Pad, but with a twist." Like
yeah.
you didn't say that to them in the moment. I feel like after the fact they're like, "Oh wait, let's compare it to Bachelor Pad."
Well, I never watched Bachelor Pad. Like, is it exactly like Bachelor Pad or what was the rules of that?
Well, okay, first of all, would like to take full credit for this because I posted a TikTok like a year and a half ago saying I don't think they should bring back Bachelor in Paradise. I think they should bring back Bachelor Pad. Maybe I'll put it in. I'll put it in here so you guys can see. I think they need to cancel Bachelor in Paradise for good. Okay, hear me out. I think they need to bring back Bachelor Pad. The reason why Bachelor Pad was canceled back in the day is because ABC didn't want the Bachelor franchise to be associated with money and greed and manipulation. They wanted to be associated with love, okay? Fair. So they came out with Bachelor in Paradise. But Bachelor in Paradise isn't working anymore. And one of the main reasons is because people know how to play the game. They know what they need to do to stay on the show longer, and it's not interesting for the viewers to watch. But the beauty of Bachelor Pad is that you're supposed to be strategic to stay on the show longer. Every day you stay longer, you're closer to the cash prize. So when you're being strategic or manipulative or deceitful for the show, it's actually entertaining to watch. In 2024, if these contestants are going to be strategic anyway, why don't we just give them a show that works and entertains the viewers? And that's Bachelor Pad. So why do I have to think of everything? Since everyone is strategic on this show anyway, why not let them compete for money? Because I'm not buying that they're competing for love. I don't believe
Yeah.
it. So if we don't believe it anyway, why don't we just,
Like cut to the chase.
yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good point. And I actually wrote that down in my notes too, that like The Bachelor itself is already a strategic thing where like, and shout out our friends Game of Roses. They talk about this all the time. They treat the show like a game, and to win the game is to leave with this sort of following that translates into a monetary value, and that's why everyone is there. So it is kind of interesting to just kind of like rip that facade off and be like, okay, yeah, let's call this what it is. We all are competing for money. They are competing for money in the real show, just like in a more discreet way. So I think that's why this works so well, is because that's actually where everyone else's like motivations are.
Agreed. In terms of, is this like Bachelor Pad? Yeah, there are similarities. Bachelor Pad, you went into it night one knowing you need to make an alliance. Who do you trust? Every week you vote someone off. You're lying to people's faces. None of that has happened yet. So no, it's not the same. And I don't think it's necessarily better. I don't know. I don't think we needed 6 episodes to get here. I think we could have done 3. Like, because
Yeah.
all the couples are the same. Kat and Dale have been together since episode 1. It's not like there's been that much change up.
Yeah, there's been a
So
little though, like Leia and
a little.
Jonathan, and I'm trying to think who else is like newer.
Alex
Leslie and
and
Gary, I would
Andrew.
even argue, is a little newer. Yeah, Alex and
Well,
Andrew.
they're not here anymore, unfortunately. We need
I
to get
know,
to that.
but yeah, I know. Ugh, I was so sad.
We're going to recap episode 6, so buckle up. We start off with this episode 1 hour before the rose ceremony, and we're focused on the Goldens. This is like the most screen time it's been just Goldens. And we learn that Gary is deciding between Leslie and Nancy. Kim is deciding between Nancy, Leslie, and Faith. And like, there's really nothing from Keith because we all assume Keith is just going to give his rose to Kathy, even
Yeah.
though he admitted that he doesn't actually feel romantic feelings towards her.
I think that Kathy's kind of on the same page though, but she recognizes she's like, all right, well, Keith doesn't have any other connections. I don't really have any other connections.
Yeah.
Let's just lock in and win the money. I think Kathy is like a strategy player.
Yeah.
And I really think she's actually going to shine these next few episodes. But so I think they're kind of on the same page with that. So I think that's fine.
It's April, Natasha, and Nancy who go home.
I
Did not
know.
see that coming. Also, like justice for Natasha. I feel like I wish we would have gotten to see more of her. She's
Yeah.
wearing those chair earrings every single episode, and she really deserved more spotlight.
I know. Did you think Jonathan was gonna return the favor and give April the rose? I would have loved that. And
No,
then they
because
compete for the 500,000. That would be crazy because it's like, especially because all of these challenges are like how compatible you are as a couple. And I don't
yeah.
think April and Jonathon are like actually compatible as partners, but what entertaining television that would have been.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he was. I think that that hand has already been played. We already had the shock value. Doing it twice is kind of like,
Return the favor though. He's not interested in Leia. I really am unhappy with Jonathon.
well, duh.
Clearly, he cares about staying on the show and his reputation and maybe potentially trying to give himself a Bachelor editor, trying to manipulate it in that way. But the way he's going about things with Leia, it's like, well, that's not going to get you in the public eye favored. You might as well just like be that kooky, silly guy who's with April.
Yeah, I don't think he has a chance at Bachelor anymore, though,
No,
after
no.
this. I think he's ruined it. And I think like most of the fans watching this show are not really big fans of the men on this season. Like Dale
Hmm.
has a bad reputation, Brian, Jeremy, but I feel like Jonathan's flying under the radar and not getting as bad of a reputation, but I don't think he's any better. I think he's doing
No.
just the same. He's just doing it like tied up with a bow and he's wearing glasses sometimes and he's cute. So people forget that like he's also playing women too.
Oh no, it's 100% the glasses factor. It's
It
just like
really
he
is.
looks
He
cute
looks
in his
really
glasses and he
good.
looks nice and innocent and like a cute guy.
Yeah.
But he's so openly playing women. I don't know anyone who could be like, "Aw, he's so sweet now." Like
Yeah.
it's manipulative.
No, it's totally manipulative. And now, like, Jeremy's change of heart about Bailey, once he learns that he needs to stick it out with her to get the money, I just
Hmm.
feel like I really, really thought Jeremy was going to undo what he's done. And he's not. Like, he's like this season's villain.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see
Well,
how that
also,
all plays out.
Brian's really rubbing me the wrong way, though, too. Should we get
Yeah,
into that? Like, we
sure.
see behind the scenes footage, which I love, of
Hmm.
Brian and Parisa in bed. So they're having a little sleepover. No one's in the bed next to them. So I guess that there's no boom boom room. Like, they're not
I
going.
know, but why are they not explaining that to us?
I
I had a
don't
big gripe
know.
about that. That's in my notes. Like, first off, why are we not seeing who's going to bed with who? Okay, clearly Brian and Parisa are like sleeping in bed together every single night, but all of these couples are at different levels and stages of their relationship. So, like, maybe some people are like not there yet and they're still
Yeah.
sleeping like in their separate hotel rooms. Maybe some people are sleeping together. I think that's an important part of the story that we're not getting. Also, clearly they don't go to their hotel rooms and immediately close their eyes and fall asleep and sit in silence. So there's
Right.
conversations being had that I feel like we're not getting to see, except
Well,
for this one time. But
this
like,
one
why aren't
time.
we seeing more of it? And why didn't we know that certain people are sleeping in rooms together and certain people aren't?
Right. No, I think it's a missed opportunity. And I think they're focusing
Yeah.
on the wrong thing. And hopefully they'll start doing it more because I think this is so interesting to see, like, technically off camera, they're not really thinking about being filmed in that moment.
Hmm.
And she's being her authentic self, that she's spiraling about
Yeah.
where the relationship is going. And these two are the most awful match I've ever seen in my life. Like she is someone, it reminds me of like Jen and Devin a little bit. Like she needs more
Yeah.
reassurance and he gets turned off by needing to give you reassurance. So they're just like
Yeah. Agreed.
pushing each other away. And we just see this throughout the entire duration of the episode that he is annoyed with her to the
Hmm.
point where he literally tells her, "You're complimenting me too much. Stop complimenting me."
I know that was so weird. And then it just made me even more angry when like they were the ones who ended up getting saved at the end, which I'll get to. I don't know if that was a production play. I don't know if that was a Jeremy being afraid that Brian knows his secret play. So he has to like, I don't know whose decision that was, but yeah, Brian and Parisa clearly are just not a match for each other, but they're going to pretend to be to win money.
But is that good strategy? When I was thinking who I would want to send home, I consider Parisa and Brian a weak link. I would want to keep them. I want to keep weak links
Mm,
so that I have a better chance of winning future competitions. It's easier to throw them on the chopping block. Like you want to get rid of like fan favorites. You want to get rid of people that are friends with everyone because they're going to have alliances with people. So
yeah.
I
And
actually think keeping them was a good idea, even though
Yeah,
I
and
don't
I
want them.
understand that strategy. I don't know if that's how Bailey was like thinking of it and playing it because she seemed to be so
Yeah.
emotional in her choices. And especially when she was talking to Kim and Faith, it was so much coming from a place of like, I want you guys to get more time together to like explore your relationship. So yeah, I wonder if Bailey was like consciously aware of that strategy or not.
Yeah, I think production wanted Parisa and Brian to stay for dramatic reasons, obviously. And I
Hmm.
think between the two golden couples, while Leslie and Gary are more popular with Bachelor Nation, I think, and like I wanted them to
I
stay, I
know.
think they knew their chances of getting a real couple in the real world was more likely with Kim and Faith. And I think they want a
Really?
yeah. And I think they want a real couple. And I don't think Leslie and Gary are going to hang out after this.
Wait, I was so under the impression they were going to hang out after this, that they were going to leave together and like they're not like full on boyfriend girlfriend, but I thought they would continue to like go on dates and talk and explore and see if they could make it work. That was my
Yeah.
understanding. And I hope they do.
I
We'll
hope they
see.
do too. I maybe if they were just like which is our better bet. I think
Yeah.
they may have a better chance. We get our first challenge, our real first challenge of the season.
Hmm.
High low, what do you know? How well do you know your partner and are you willing to bet on it? I loved this challenge.
It was really fun to watch. I also really loved it. Oh, yeah. And then I guess my next note after, okay, this is actually really fun to watch is Brian and Parisa are really struggling. LOL. It's because he didn't want to talk when they had that alone time the last
Yeah,
episode. So maybe
right.
now that I'm reading through my notes, that does make sense strategically to keep them because they suck at all the challenges. They don't want to talk to each other. Brian does not want to talk to Parisa. If it's about how well
Right.
you know someone, they're not going to win ever.
But if it's how well you want to like stay in bed with someone, he'll win. So we should see what the future competitions are.
Yeah, no, I know. But I something tells me they'll be more geared towards like the personality compatibility stuff.
Wouldn't it have been so great if the question was like, your partner's favorite color is blue, high
Oh
or
my
low? Like, and
God.
like, I just to really drill it home, like, Brian, you should have just told her your freaking favorite color.
I know.
God. So we learn about this challenge that the bottom three couples won't have roses to hand out, and the woman from the winning couple will choose which couple goes home. I'm like, finally, I love these twists. Do it more. Like, make people backstab each other. We're
Yeah,
just dipping our toes in the water with this, but I do think we can like spice it up a little bit more in the future with like
totally.
other people being responsible for your fate. I love
Well,
that.
yeah, it does seem, I think, in the promo that they're going to start doing voting too. Because I think
Yeah.
I heard Jesse say, like, oh, and the person voted out is blah. So, yes, I'm so here for it and I love it. It's so fun. Do you think you have to spend big bucks or tons of time in the kitchen to make delicious food at home? Think again. When you use Every Plate, you get restaurant level deliciousness week after week with recipes like crispy buffalo ranch chicken and cheesy Mexican street corn hash. Something I love about Every Plate is just that it takes the organizing and the executive functioning out of making meals at home. Something that I find difficult. I have so many other things that I need to worry about day to day. One thing I don't need to worry about is like thinking about, what do I want to eat all week long, making a grocery list and then going to the store and taking that time to actually get that. Whereas Every Plate just delivers all of that right to your door and you don't even have to think about what ingredients it takes because Every Plate will just tell you. You'll spend so much less too on these flavor-packed homemade meals than you would on your normal groceries or at a restaurant, which is amazing because in New York City, like the groceries these days are absolutely out of control. And I think something I struggle with too is that like I cook the same recipes myself over and over. Like I only know so many tricks. So you can really up your dinner game with Every Plate in 30 minutes or less with their clear and easy to follow recipes. And thanks to Every Plate's constantly rotating weekly recipes, which are delivered right to your door, you'll always have the best answer to what's for dinner. So what are you guys waiting for? Dig into these flavor-packed meals your household will love. New customers can enjoy this special offer of only $1.99 a meal. That's literally less than a Subway ride. Go to everyplate.com/podcast and use code SAB199 to get started. Applied as discount on first box, limited time only.
So the winner board, we see Dale and Kat, Jeremy and Bailey, and Gary and Leslie in the lead. And then Brian and Parisa are in dead last. They barely got anything right. And Gary just like throws the whole game
I know.
with his,
So stupid. Like he did, the math didn't math.
well, also, so Gary like wagered all of their points thinking he could beat everyone, but like you were safe. You could have just wagered one and not been so risky. And then he finds
Yeah.
himself like he is the reason they went home. And I also think from a gameplay, maybe on in that sense like you did deserve to go home because you messed up at the game and like it is a game. You lost.
Yeah, because what was this issue? Did he have 18? So he
Yeah,
bet
I
the
have it written
nine. So
down.
then, yeah, I want to know the like the exact math of it. Because then that if he bet the nine, then it would double. So then it's 18. What's 18 plus nine? Is that more than 36? Because that's what Jeremy and Bailey had.
I
No,
don't know.
that's important context because that's only 27. So that doesn't even get him to beating, or I didn't write down the exact numbers, but I remember watching it and thinking, like, even if you had won that, it wouldn't have put you past Jeremy and Bailey, in which case, like, that was really stupid then to wager that because then that puts you in the bottom and you didn't even have a chance. Like, he would have had to go all in maybe to beat them. So to just do half, why? He did not think this through.
No,
Moral of the
he
story.
did it, and I also thought the question was very easy. It was like, does Leslie higher or lower? Leslie wants to have sex with her partner 4 times a week, and he
Yeah.
bet higher. And I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry. Do people have jobs and lives? Like, how are you doing it like 5+ times a week?
I
That's a
know.
lot
That's
for an average
right.
person.
Especially as like a rule of thumb, like every single week we should be doing
Right.
this. Yeah, I thought that was a very easy question too. So Gary, you really showed your true colors of
Well,
gameplay
no,
here.
Gary just
No, I
game.
don't think he did it on purpose, but it's just like he's a bad game player,
Yeah, that's a
clearly.
bad gameplay. Sorry. But so then it made room for Jeremy and Bailey to win. And now Jeremy's all about Bailey because he knows if he staying with her is going to benefit him. And he's all
Hmm.
focused about the money. And I cannot wait until this man is exposed. We
I
once
know.
again learn we don't find out this episode, but I'm okay with that now because now I'm like really
Now
getting
at
ready
least I
for
have
it.
a reason to tune in, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're doing a good job of like keeping the momentum going now. Yeah, it's just and it's just so crazy too cuz like I think when I was initially watching it and I'm seeing like Jeremy and Bailey on their little like date that they won and Jeremy's really changing his tune and I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." You know, people can grow more fond of other people. Maybe he's like changing his mind and he's learning to appreciate Bailey. But then my reality clicks in and I'm like, no, this has been one day. Like, are we forgetting that they've only been on Paradise for like 10 or 11 days? So it's like you don't actually change your mind that deeply on a person in one day.
No, I think he's being strategic and he's trying to
Yeah,
do what he needs to do. Just like Jonathon, it's just not as obvious with Jonathon. But Jeremy, they're doing the same thing.
of course. Yes, agreed.
So Jeremy and Bailey win, so therefore Bailey gets the power to send a couple home tonight. And they also
Hmm.
get to go on a date. On the date, talk about how one of the questions was how much would he spend on an engagement ring? And my thought was like, well, if you do it here, it's going to be free, first of all.
Fair point.
And then second, he says, you got me nervous when you went on that other date the other day. Like, bro, are you really still going to bring that up when you know what skeleton is in your closet?
I know. And I thought it was like really stressful to watch that like Bailey was saying things like, "Oh yeah, but like, you know, we'll talk about that later or whatever." So like engagement is so clearly on her mind to a man that is I very much not there.
And I can see him proposing too for
Oh
the
yeah, for the
for
free
the
ring.
benefits. Well, he doesn't get the ring, but like
I
for
know,
the
but if they stay
benefits
together, how long do they have to stay together to keep it? 2
too,
years?
which they won't.
No, I know they
I
won't, but like I could see someone as like strategic as Jeremy being like, "Well, we might as well just like try to get as much as we can and like try to fake it to get it."
Yeah, see, I think he wants it for like he knows that whoever ends up in a final couple will be more popular
Popular.
and
Yeah.
yeah. We go back to Brian and Parisa and once again we see that like they are not compatible. I my heart broke when Parisa did an ITM and she's
Hmm.
crying to the camera and she goes, "What did I do?" And it's like, Parisa,
Yeah.
girl, you did absolutely nothing. This man is a running red flag.
Yeah.
He's doing what he did to Zoe to you too. Like this is he gets excited about girls until he's
Hmm.
bored of them and then he starts treating them like they don't matter. Like when he was ignoring her later in the
Hmm.
episode at the cocktail party and she literally calls him out like you were talking to every other person but me.
Yeah. I think it's just like classic avoidant attachment vibes. I think the compliment thing really like sheds color on that too. He's acting as if she's like smothering him and like overbearingly like all over him. And it's like, all she's saying is like, what? You look nice today. Like, oh, you look so cute. Who doesn't want to hear that from the person they're dating? The fact that he takes that as like a, whoa, you're being so crazy and complimenting me. It's just like a classic him being avoidant. As soon as they start getting
Right.
close, he pushes her away.
Right.
you
Well, it's
know?
a cat and mouse thing. I'm sure
Yeah,
he would have
yeah,
loved this day one when she wasn't his. And now he's like, oh, well, I conquered that. So I don't
right.
need this anymore. Once the chase is over, the guy's bored.
Yeah.
So Brian is pissed that he's potentially on the chopping block. He has a little bit of a conversation with Jeremy where Jeremy throws it out there like, hey, bro, remember our beef from Jen's season, which I totally forgot
Which, like,
about.
I did not remember. Yeah. Was that even really beef? Like, I know they did that quick little flashback, and I was like, I feel like I blinked and was like, wait, huh? Why are we doing this flashback? I didn't remember them even having an issue on
I
Jen's
remember it
season.
happening, but like I'm pretty sure Brian goes home on Jen's season that night, so like no one ever
Oh,
cared. Or maybe like another he didn't last long. So it never ended up panning out to really be something, but he's like, "Yeah, I'll send you home in whatever kind of car that was, a Cadillac." Like he made some joke about it.
oh,
So Brian felt like he was being threatened and he's like, "Whoa, you're going to threaten me? I have some beef on you that I've been keeping under wraps." Which I
yeah.
think is
No.
very, very strategic of Brian. And in terms of game, I'm okay with it.
Oh, I'm okay with it, honestly, even in terms of not game, just
Yeah.
because, like, Jeremy's being slimy.
Yeah.
Brian should hold that over his head, especially if they're going to start playing this game. It's just, like, not fair that Bailey doesn't know this information. I loved the Godfather music that they were playing too, because I had literally
Mhm.
wrote down in my notes, I was like, wait, why is this like a threat? Like the Godfather, like
Yeah.
very intense. And then they start playing the music, and I was like, oh, okay, they know what's
Yeah.
happening here.
Right. But he is not the only one that's ruffling feathers. We have Jonathon who tells
Hmm.
Kat just point blank that he doesn't have feelings for Leia. She's
Yeah,
like,
this was crazy.
does Leia know that? And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she knows that. Leia did not know that.
Yeah, no, some of the things that really stood out to me is that like he was incapable of like saying she looked sexy. He wanted to call her a hoochie mama in
Yeah.
just like a more just like I don't know, I feel like it just puts up this like friendship vibe and won't
Yeah.
actually like be authentic and like sincere with her. And then he's already literally saying to Kat he struck out in paradise. It's like, well then what are you still doing here? Go home. But he won't
Right.
because he wants to be on the show and he wants money. It's really transparent.
I wish would just go to Leia and say, like, hey, look, I mean, like, he did kind of say, it's not there for me. But if he said, this isn't really a romantic show as much anymore. If we want to go in, let's go in and be like a united front and let's
Hmm.
kick some butt in this competition and try to win. Are you
Yeah.
with me? I could get on board with that because like there aren't more people coming down. It really isn't focused on dating anymore. It's
Hmm.
going to be more challenge based. So like why not be clear with your partner? Like she was under the impression this was a slow burn.
No, totally. And I think that's where it's really messed up. And I had even written in the beginning of this episode that it's so unfortunate that they can't come to a consensus and figure this out because they know each other in real life and are real
Yeah.
friends. They actually have a huge advantage if they both went into it being like, all right, this isn't romantic. We're not going to get married, but like we are good friends. We're going to crush this. Like, let's be a
Yeah.
team here. I think they'd be incredible. They have such an advantage. But instead, Jonathon is just like being shady and dishonest. It's all about honesty, Jonathon.
Right, which you're lacking.
Literally nobody likes paying their rent, but if you have to do that, Built really makes it worth it. Built is revolutionizing how millions of people think about paying rent by rewarding their members with points and exclusive benefits around their neighborhood every single month. You guys know I am a New York City renter and I pay my rent with Built every month, and it really is incredible. Obviously, my rent living in New York City is my biggest bill every single month, and I think I really like the idea of the fact that I can get rewards and points back as opposed to every single month you're basically like lighting that money on fire if you're paying a different way. By paying through Built, you earn flexible points that can be redeemed toward hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. But it doesn't stop there. Built is about making your entire neighborhood more rewarding. So you can dine out at your favorite local restaurants and earn additional points, get VIP treatment at certain fitness studios, and enjoy exclusive experiences just for Built members every single month. Built is turning a monthly expense into an opportunity to earn rewards and discover the best that your neighborhood has to offer. Your rent is finally working for you. So earn points on rent and around your neighborhood, wherever you call home, by going to joinbuilt.com/she's all batch. That's joinbilt.com/she's all batch. Make sure to use our URL so that they know we sent you.
So yeah, Leia doesn't react well to hearing the news that he's not into her, but
But, like, she stays. She could leave too. She could be like, oh, well, I really liked Jonathon and he's just saying he only sees me as a friend. Like, F this, I'm gonna go. Bye. I thought it was very convenient and interesting that like she's choosing to stay, and then even come the rose ceremony,
Oh yeah.
I thought she was gonna maybe not give her rose to him and maybe give it to like one of like give it to Leslie who's being kicked out or something, or save someone and send herself home. But as a result, she gives it to Jonathon still and just like is shady and is like, you're welcome. So it's like clear you don't actually want to be with him, but you're still staying on the show too. Like you have agency here. So that's why I think this is so interesting to dissect, because there are so many like levels to this.
I would do the same thing though. I would stay on the show.
No, of course. I mean, we have a podcast. We love attention. Like, of course we would stay on the show.
I can't believe you think I like attention.
I think that's interesting to like note though.
I thought all the couples were locked in. Apparently they're not, because all the couples had to still give their roses out. Like
I know. I found
Kat
that
gave
weird.
it to Dale. I was like, wait, we know I was like fast forwarding. I'm like, we know who's giving a rose to everyone.
Yeah.
Why do we need to see it again? So then I'm like, oh, are they leaving it open to potentially change couples though? Because in Bachelor Pad, there was a period of time from here on out, like you were locked in, you cannot change. Maybe that's not yet. Because Jesse says then next week you're going to get to explore other people that you're interested in here. I was like, finally, I feel like you guys just woke up.
They just
where have
woke
you,
up.
Where have you been for 6 episodes? Like, I really think we lost a lot of people with that first 2 episodes. Were really not great. And now it's getting so good but I fear that those people are not coming back.
I know. And we talked about this like off the podcast. Like the barrier to entry sometimes is just too high. How dare you? Literally, how dare you make the first episode to this new show 3 hours? I texted all of my friends being like, hey guys, are you going to watch this new season of Bachelor in Paradise? It's so different. I actually think it's going to be really good. And they were like, oh yeah, maybe. And then I said, oh, by the way, it's 3 hours. And they were like, no, I have to wash my hair that day. Like that's crazy. And so many people are not going to give it a chance. And now they can't catch up. Like there's going to be word of mouth, people being like, oh yeah, no, it's actually getting so good. But if I have to watch how many hours to catch up, like I'm not doing that.
It's kind of like me with Love Island. Like I know that you guys say it's good, but I gave it 1 episode. It was too damn slow and I'm not doing it. I'm aware that I'm missing out, but I can't do it.
No, it's hard. Yeah, no, Love Island is tricky too, because it's like you have a busy 2 days and you miss like 1 or 2 episodes, then you're perpetually behind and then it's hard to catch up and then you have to just give up on the season. It's really a commitment in that way.
It's a shame. So Bailey has to give the roses. She gives the first rose to Faith and Kim. And I was like, okay, so Brian and Parisa are going home. This is what I thought in the moment. She gives it to Leslie. I screamed audibly that I was so excited because I wanted Leslie and Gary to stay. And she does a switcheroo and says, sorry, you're going to have to be sent home. Like, bye.
I know that really, what a roller coaster of emotion. Because I had the exact same feelings of like, yay, no.
Was it not reminiscent of
what?
You're not the one I can live with.
Oh,
you're the one I can't live without. Like you know that she knew going into it she was sending Leslie and Gary home, but she was probably told, "Hey, call Leslie's name first." So Brian and Parisa think they're going home, and then we change it. That wasn't very nice, especially to our girl.
Especially to our girl.
For the golden couple that you've been promoting all season. Like those were the 2 people that you pushed as the golden couple. And like, yeah, they lasted long on the show, but
I mean, I think from a strategy perspective, to your point, it makes sense. But yeah, that's where sometimes I wish production could step in and be like, no, no, no. Or like have another place for these people to like go to. Wouldn't it be nice if Leslie and Gary didn't have to like fully go home? They could just like stay at the resort and continue to get to know each other. And maybe they wouldn't be able to play the game anymore. But like, I would love if them like they're doing their little things, but then like cut to Leslie and Gary, like see what they're up to. Like, and just, as they continue to grow in their relationship, because I'm invested in them now.
I know, and they're so cute. And like they can come back and judge a date. Or come back and like explain the rules for something. Like I think it would be cool to keep the people around, but I don't think that's happening.
So do you think it was production that pushed Parisa and Brian to stay so that we have the storyline of Brian bringing up the Susie thing? Do you think it was Jeremy pushing because he knows Brian knows his secret and wants to stay on his good side? Or do you think it was them joint, Jeremy and Bailey being strategic, knowing Brian and Parisa are a doomed couple? Or
I
D, all of the above.
like a little bit of all the above because
Yeah.
also if he's scared of Brian, he could have just got rid of Brian. It's not like they hang out after they get eliminated. They left right away.
But
So
maybe Brian would leave lighting things on fire and be like, he's
right.
packing his bags and he's like, hey, Bailey, by the way, here's what you
I
need to
know.
know about Susie.
Yeah, I don't know. I would want to get rid of someone that had beef on me, but I want to stop
But
saying
then the
beef.
beef would be exposed.
I
Beef,
keep
hamburger, steak.
we keep saying beef. I know if someone had dirt on me, I would definitely want to like get rid
Why
of
is
them. But
dirt better than beef?
I don't know. We've just said beef a lot. What if we have
Okay.
vegetarians watching?
So true. Some beyond beef. Or
Right.
like what's the
Veggie
Impossible
burger.
Burger?
Yeah. So, I mean, that was episode 6. I was so here for it.
Hmm.
I am so into the idea that next week we get to potentially explore other people.
Yes.
Let's mix and match a little bit. Maybe, I
Yes.
mean, do we think this opens the door for Dale and Ali Shaya? Probably.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it kind of seemed this episode that Dale had like given up on Ali Shaya. Like they really didn't talk about her at all. But also we didn't see a lot of Kat and Dale, except at the top there where he really wanted to hear more about like Kat's like inner world because he felt like something was missing. But the thing that I thought was weird though is he's like, yeah, Kat needs to open up more to me, but like Ali Shaya has all of these things that I'm like interested in. It's like, okay, you're kind of projecting whatever you feel like you're not getting from Kat just onto Ali Shaya. You also don't know Ali Shaya. For all you know, she could also be just as like disclosing of like her inner world.
I literally wrote the exact same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
what? How does he know? He goes, look, Ali Shaya is so open and vulnerable. I'm like, you
Right.
talked
It's
for
like you
2
don't know
minutes.
that. Yeah. It's so
What are you
stupid.
basing that off of? It makes me feel like he like talked to her prior to the show or something because you're comparing her to Kat based on what?
Right.
You danced with her as a bird for a few minutes.
I know. And I don't think they would have talked before the show just because I don't think someone like Ali Shire wasn't really on Grant's season even for that long. So I don't know if she was like on Dale's radar in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But who knows?
I don't know. I don't know. I was here for this episode. I think they did a really good job with it and I like the direction that it's going. So let's keep it up.
Keep up the good work, team. Yeah. I can't wait for next week.
So I do want to share something though. If
Yeah.
you guys saw on Instagram, I am unfortunately, very unfortunately, selling my Backstreet Boys tickets. It is real. It is really me. I did get a bunch of DMs, people joking, saying like, well, after the Jackie Twitter hacking, how do we know this is real? And I said, I will confirm it on the podcast. This is really me. So I was going literally next week, and we only booked the tickets a week ago, and we are no longer able to go because one of my friends has a health issue that came up out of nowhere, and she's just not going to be able to fly. So we canceled our trip. So I'm going to put the link to the tickets if anyone is interested. We did break the bank for these tickets. They're not cheap tickets. Oh, more so to say, like, I don't want to miss out on the concert and lose all the money too. So if you were thinking of going, maybe this is your sign that you should go and you should buy my tickets. They are listed on Ticketmaster. It's not like any shady you're not sending me the money. You're literally going to pay Ticketmaster. And we're only listing them for what we paid. So if you guys are interested, go check the episode description. But I'm hopeful that they will extend their residency and we'll just go at another time. But
I don't know though, because Wizard of Oz is coming in to the Sphere. So I don't think they can extend
how
it.
long?
Like
No,
right
I don't.
after.
No, I know, but like would have been like January.
Oh, like to do another thing? Yeah, maybe. I guess my question, if when they're on Ticketmaster, that means anyone can buy them, right? Like you can go on Ticketmaster.com and be like, oh, I'm trying to get last minute Backstreet Boys tickets. So like I feel like in theory, someone probably will buy them. Even if
Yeah.
it's not a FOTS, like if you're not able to sell them this way, but like
Yeah, no,
I
I
think
the
people
only
are always looking for last minute tickets and then they are willing to like pay a lot.
right. And we were I'm sharing it here because I wanted to get more eyeballs to it. I
Yeah,
thought we had
no,
a
of
better
course.
chance of selling them if I shared it on social media and here. Let me know or just click the link yourself and go look. But yeah, that's my story. Unfortunately, I can't
Yeah.
go. Oh, my TikTok algorithm is not up to
Oh.
speed with the fact that I'm not going anymore and it keeps treating me like I'm going and I'm like I am not the person I was yesterday, TikTok. Stop showing me this because it's
Yeah.
making me really upset.
You need to
So-
tell it.
I
Can't you be
know.
like, I'm not interested in this content,
Yeah,
and then it will
right.
get it off your feed.
But literally, it's like my entire feed, like clips from the concert, people's outfits, people doing sound bites. And like a week ago, I was like loving it. And now,
Yeah.
not so much. Anyway, we'll see you guys later this week for Sound Off.
Yeah. Sound Off was so fun last week. Can't wait to do it again.
All right. Well, round of applause for you guys. My name is Stefanie and that's Jackie. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Is that it?
Oh, I think that's it.
Oh, okay. Good night, bitches.